So many people laugh at me, talking about, oh man, Anthony don't want to spend no money on the first date. It's not that I don't want to spend money, it's that I want to get to know you. I value my time more than I value my money. And so if I give you my time, that's more valuable to me than giving you $500. Yo, before we get to today's show, what if I can show you how to start making six figures right now? Within the next 9 months, you can change your whole life. You can especially change the next 9 years. You know what? I'm so excited. I'm so grateful because I just recently partnered with Bethel Tech, an online Christian boot camp that is helping people get qualified in the tech field. Now, why is this so important? Let me tell you why. Because the median age for American people was $35,000 in the year 2020. That's almost $2,900 a month, and that is not okay. And so listen, close to 100 people within our tribe has signed up for Bethel Tech. They are learning stuff in the cybersecurity field. They are getting qualified. And the average person, when they finish this program, is making $65,000 a year. And within 1 year, a lot of them are making close to six figures and more. Just recently, someone from our tribe went through the program. Watch this. Went through the program and her first job offer was $125,000. Listen, change the next 9 years of your life. Shift this out. Get into this program so you can get out of debt and start building wealth now. And if you click the link in the show description of today's show, they're going to give you a $1,500 scholarship. And I'm going to give you a little secret. They may even give you an extra $1,000 if you call them, explain to them your situation, where you are in life. You may even get $2,500. But for sure, they're going to give you $1,500 just for being part of my family. Check out the link in the show description and let's get to today's show. It's your boy.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
Yo, so the average cost of a date in the United States of America is $116 per date. That's right, $116 per date. The average person goes on a date 9 to 12 times before they actually find, quote unquote, the one, like throughout the year. All right, so you're spending right at about close to $1,000, for that. I'm like, okay, cool. So, and that stuff adds up. That's why you need a vision for dating. That's why, AKA, you need a dating budget. You guys know I'm very, very big on telling people that I will not spend no more than $50 to $100 when I meet someone up front when it comes to dating. Now, this number and this math is simply saying dating. Now, we're not talking about a committed relationship that leads to marriage. We're talking about people tend to date about 9 to 10 times before they get into an exclusive, committed relationship. So if I date someone here, right, for the first time, and we go out for 9 times, I may find out on the 9th time she's not the one. Then I'm gonna find someone else, meet her, and I may take her out 9 times at an average of $160 per person. Then if she's not the one, then boom. Then what about, boom, meet someone else. That stuff adds up. And today, we're gonna talk about what can we be doing, how do we date on a budget? What are some 10 date ideas for everyone in every single budget that you could possibly be in, all right? You know, fellas, I also added a category inside of today's show when it comes to dating within your budget, okay? Your budget, not her budget, but dating within your budget financially. Ladies, always be prepared to pay for yourself. I want to say this up front, okay? Always be prepared to at least pay for your meal, for your wine, for your part of the things, just in case the guy wants to split and just in case the guy is whack. The guy is just weird. The guy is not safe to be around, all right? And once you have your budget, fellas and ladies, here's the thing. You have to stick to it. You have to stick to the budget and do not be so big on trying to impress your date with expensive things. Because up front, dating for me, right? is about data. Is about I am getting data to know if you are worth the investment, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, heart-wise. I'm making sure that I'm going to be a good steward over my resources, over my heart, over my time, over my finances before I start balling out. Now, let me start off by saying this, because when we go through these ideas, right, that I have, I'm not sitting here saying that I want you to be cheap. I'm not sitting here saying that I want you to, just say, oh, whatever. I could treat her any old kind of way, or whatever. I could treat him any old kind of way. No, here's what I'm saying. I just want you to steward this season correctly. Steward this season correctly. Steward your finances correctly. I remember one day watching my father tell my biological mother no to something that she really wanted to do. And it wasn't just like a want, it was like something that was really important to her. And because my mom and dad didn't have the finances at the time, my dad said, no, we can't do it. And I remember being young and looking at my mom and seeing her get emotional, seeing her leave the room, and she went out back and she just sat out in the backyard. And I was young. I think I was playing like Sony, like Sonic something. It's a Sonic game. I remember that. And it was on the Sony something. And I remember playing the game and looking out at my mom and playing the game and looking out at my mom. And my mom was out there crying. She was a little emotional. And as I grew and as I got older, I realized it was because my dad said no to his wife on something financially. One thing I do remember about my mom back in those days is my mom didn't ask for things that she wanted. My mom has never owned any other purse other than Coach. She's never owned a Dooney & Burke. She's never owned a Gucci. She's never owned a Louis Vuitton. My mom has never owned a pair of red bottoms. My mom is not this type of woman that wants to be have all the nice and expensive and name brand things. She likes nice things, but my mom doesn't mind going to Walmart and getting a Michael Kors purse for $60. She doesn't care. Like, I remember taking my mom to the outlet and I said, Mom, pick any purse that you want. She walked straight into the Coach store and she was so excited that her son bought her a brand new purse. And I'm thinking my mom was about to go to the Louis store and spend $1,200 of my money. But no, my mama went down to the Coach store, bought her a $200 purse. I refuse to be the man that has to tell his wife no because I didn't steward my finances well when I was dating. I refuse to be the man to tell my wife no because I spent $116 on every single date I went out on, and I ended up spending about $10,000 or $5,000 in 1 year for ladies that ended up being not even a girl who was a friend, but a girl I never talked to again. That's bad grammar. I was trying to make it flow, but I never talked to them again. So all my money is over there. I told all of them yes. And I'm telling my wife no. Nah, I'm flipping that. I am going to be telling my girlfriends no up front until I see this could be the one. And then we'll start getting more yeses. Now, in the process of me saying no, I'm not saying that I'm not going to treat them with respect. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be intentional. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be creative. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to treat them like a queen. Oh, my goodness. I think we have to get away from, the only way he can show that he likes me or the only way I can show her that I like her is I got to spend a lot of money on her. No, we just have to be creative and put intentions and put intentionality, put creativity, put effort behind our dating. So I got 10 ideas for different budgets to help you build your relationships while you're building your wealth. All right. And we're going to talk these. I got 10, and all these going to be different budgets for, different date ideas for different budget sizes. Right. And so let's go to the first category of budget ideas: free. Okay. Free ideas. You don't have to spend a lot of money to go on a great date. In fact, you don't have to spend any money at all. Here are some great date ideas that won't cost you a dime. Not a penny, not a dime. Not $1, not a dime. Listen, here's number one, which I've done this. It's pretty cool. And I have this on here. You see my face is like, It all really depends on the type of woman you're pursuing. It all depends on the character. And as I was listening to her, because check this out. Here's my secret. I'm going to give you all my secret, right? Here's what I'm doing now. Is instead of me listening with my money ears, I'm listening with my mental ears. And so what I do is I pull out my cell phone whenever I'm on the phone with whoever I'm getting to know at the time. And when they tell me something, right, I write it down on a notepad. Prime example is this young lady told me she loves the farmer's market. And she was like, man, I just love it. When I go in, I just get so fun. I was like, oh, really? And so I said, okay. So here's a free idea. Explore your local farmer's market. Now I know this is like, Anthony, really? But it's creative. It's unique. And how do you make the experience kind of stand out? Pick a sunny weekend when the market is open and explore the local shops in your area. Talk, check out the shops, and enjoy free samples. And y'all talk about the free samples. Did you like that? I don't know. Make it interesting, make it engaging, laugh, enjoy, talk about the experience, right? And I was blown away that she really loved the farmer's market. And I'm like, the farmer's market? What the heck? But I ain't gonna lie. I was like, it was actually pretty dope. Because I was able to get some education. She knew some things. She was able to give me some education on some things. And some of the things I was trying, bro, I was like, yo, that's actually pretty good. That's number one. Yo, explore your local farmer's market. I know. Some of y'all looking at me like, really? Yes. Here's number two. Watch the sunset or stargaze. Now listen, that's free. And listen, I'm gonna tell you what I used to do, man. Actually, I still do this to this day. Listen, I'll scope out a nice quiet park or look out to watch like the sunset together. When I was living in California, man, I'll scope out a nice little spot on the beach, cause it's nice and cold too. So she got to come in and get some of this heat. And when the sun is going down, I'll be like, yo, look here, let's see the sun. Let me hold you. let me hold you, man. Come here. You know what I'm saying? And it's free and it's romantic. I'll bring like a nice little, maybe a bottle of wine or maybe bring some, my parents don't drink. So back then I didn't drink because I couldn't drink, right? And so I would bring the apple cider from the house. And bring like 2 little fake cheap plastic glasses that look like glasses, but they're plastic, and bring some cheese and bring a nice little blanket, one for us to sit on the beach or in the park, wherever it was. Actually, I went to the beach often. And then I would bring a blanket for us to wrap around. And literally, I would literally just sit there and just watch the sunset, watch the sunrise, and just stargaze. And at the beach in California, man, this is something here that I really love is sometimes they have the fire pits, right? So I'll go out there and literally everything was at the house already. We had like gas we could put on the wood, light it up with a little thing, put the fire up there, watch the sunset, and just talk about life. And I think, one of the things I just recently came out with is a free ebook, and I'm going to drop that below. If you text relationships to 615-930-3431, I'm going to text you my free ebook, and it's called The Guide to Asking the Hard Questions While Dating. And some of the hardest questions, if they are presented at the right time and a safe place and a comfortable place, man, you can talk so much. Can you think about having a conversation about life goals and life dreams and what's your thoughts around money and what's your thoughts around debt? Or what's your thoughts? What's the vision for your life? Where are you going? Some of the hard conversations in front of a fire pit or in front of a nice, beautiful sunset, like it just sets the atmosphere for both parties to be comfortable, and it sets the atmosphere to where y'all want to talk. Like you want to spend this time to get closer to each other, to get to know each other. I think some of the first dates should be something like that. Yo, let's go out there and sit at the beach and just talk about life. I remember doing that, I want to say last year sometime. And we just sat out the beach. We just talked. We just talked. And I'm telling you, it was amazing. And honestly, can I be honest with you? When we were talking, we realized we really weren't for each other. And it saved us time. I didn't have to spend a dime on it. But because we went to the beach, we were talking, and we're good friends today, but we just realized where I'm going in life, she doesn't really feel comfortable, with dating an influencer. And she was like, I'm not comfortable with that. I didn't know your life involves that much. Thank you so much for telling me this now, Anthony. And I was like, yeah, you're good. And it cost me a dime. Watch the sunset, stargaze, watch the sunrise. Here's number 3. This for y'all deep people. Y'all gonna laugh when I say this one. Go to church. Yo, so for some of y'all saved people, listen, go to church. Go to the singles conference. Go to that Kirk Franklin concert. Go to church. If you both are Christians, visit each other's church or a church you're both interested in. Listen, one of the dopest church for this millennial generation is, you got like 2 pastors, like Mike Todd. Maybe go to one of his conferences, the Transformation Church, or come out to my church, Union Church. I got the dopest pastor in the land, in my personal opinion, Pastor Stephen and Pastor Chandler. Man, listen, a lot of young people go to these churches. And I'm telling you, it's honestly a dope date idea. Because, like, for an example, this month, my pastor's in his whole relationship series. That is actually a dope idea. Go to church because he's talking about relationships, right? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna link my church below because you need to check out this series he's teaching on this month. Phenomenal series. His relationship series is going to convict you, it's going to challenge you, it's going to grow you, and it's going to set you up to be the best man or woman you want to be for a husband and wife. And I'm growing during this series. A little plug for my church at Union Church. But why not? Come get a word together. And then after that, maybe go to brunch on Sunday, right? And at brunch, you're talking about, what did you learn at church? You're talking about what convicted you. How did you grow? How did you evolve? How are you going to apply today's word into this week, into your life? In one way, it's not sexy. Let's be real. But in another way, mentally, spiritually, that's sexy. I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, yeah. It's not like, ooh. Well, it could be for some of y'all. It could be. Because sometimes seeing a woman at church worship and praise the Lord and pray and go in, I'll be like, ooh, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'm telling you, there's nothing sexier than a woman of God who genuinely and authentically loves Jesus Christ. And she can still be relevant and have a good time as far as in, still be human and laugh, right? And so I think that's a great, great date, depending on the religion that you're in. If you're a Christian, if both of you are Christian, going to a church, if you're not comfortable going to the physical building because of COVID, maybe y'all getting up together on Sunday and y'all stream the same service and y'all just talk about it. Because I promise you, for an example, when y'all check out my pastor's sermons this month, oh yeah, you and your girlfriends, you and your boyfriend, you and your people are going to be talking like, ooh, Pastor Steven said this, ooh, Pastor Zai said this, ooh, what you think? It creates a good conversation. So that's number 3. Number 4, free museum days. I just moved to the not city, but to the DMV area. So DC, Maryland, Virginia area, right? And there's so many museums out here that are just free. And I'm growing, right? I'm really starting to get into art. So I'm buying some art for my new home here. And so I've been going to check out these free art galleries, you know, and I'm like, yo, and check this out. Can I keep the bug with you? Come in closer, come in closer, come in closer, come in closer. There's some beautiful people at art galleries. My Lord. And I love ladies, but ladies, let me tell you right now, there are some educated and solid brothers. I ain't gonna talk about their looks. But there are some beautiful people at museums and art galleries. I went to one by myself here recently, and yo, I'm sitting in there and I'm watching couples literally sit down like on the bench and wanting this one art, and they're literally like just holding each other and talking about what the art means and what it stands for, and the history behind this painter and where they came from and where they got this idea from. And I mean, I know, watch this, I'm a Christian. I love God, but they were making love to each other mentally. And I'm sitting there like, I want that. And it didn't cost them a dime. It didn't cost them a dime. Okay? All you gotta do is schedule your date for one of these weekends and go check out some art. Go to the museum. It's gonna cost you some gas money, but when you get there, wow. Here's what I love about these free days. These free days, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm keeping it real this year. These days are not about what's standing out from us when it comes to like the physical looks. It's forcing us to have conversation. It's forcing us to put us in positions to where we have to talk with each other, to learn our personalities, to learn how they think, how they process things, and how they see things. It forces us to really see, can we communicate with each other and enjoy the communication? So many people laugh at me talking about, oh man, Anthony don't want to spend no money on the first date. It's not that I don't want to spend money. It's that I want to get to know you. I value my time more than I value my money. And so if I give you my time, that's more valuable to me than giving you $500. Because I want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time. Because the more time I spend with someone who's not worth my time, that's more time I could be using to make more money, to build wealth, to help you all get out of debt, to make more content, to serve the people. Free, get creative. Now, I'm gonna give you some 20 date ideas. Ooh, this gonna probably be one of my favorite shows, y'all. This right here, fire, boy. This right here, fire, boy. If you have a little bit more money to spend on the date, here are some ideas for $20. Boy, y'all gonna be laughing at me, boy. Y'all gonna be laughing at me. And let me say this right now, $20, a free, you can make free 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 feel like 500. It's all about the effort and the intentionality behind what you're doing, okay? I say this, and ladies be slamming me when I say this. Oh, they be going in when I say this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you. A coffee in the walk park date, what? Yes. Man, find a unique coffee shop in the city. I'm not talking about go to Starbucks. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about find something that is local, that is maybe minority owned, that has history or culture behind it. Find a coffee shop that is, you only can experience this particular coffee experience in this particular city because it's minority owned, or because it's family owned, or because it's culture owned, or it's because it's community owned, right? And get that, and maybe go walk in a local park that has history with that park. Maybe that has scenery with the park. Again, for me, you'll learn something with me. It's all about mind. Because can I be real with you? When I was going on dates, it was all about body. Let me be real with you. Now that I've grown, and now that I've matured, and now that I have evolved, I want to see what's in her mind. And I want her to see what's in my mind. And so everyone drinks coffee. For the most part, I don't drink coffee, but I can go to a coffee shop, maybe get a nice little tea or something like that, or a nice little energy drink, you know. Um, when I go to Starbucks, right, the only thing I get from Starbucks is their medicine ball. That's it. When it's cold, I'll get their apple. They got like apple drink. It's like a tea with apple juice in it and whipped cream. It's real good for my throat. But I don't do coffee, so I can get something from Starbucks, right? So at every coffee shop, I can get something. But for me, when I go to the coffee shop, it really is about the experience of and just saying, I tried that coffee shop out. I remember a while back, I was speaking somewhere and it was like, yo, you got to go to this coffee shop. It's dope because they do poetry nights there. They do spoken word night there. They do karaoke there. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, what kind of coffee shop is that? So it was locally ran by two college students that went to school in this community and said, yo, they didn't want to do Starbucks. So they came out, created their own coffee for young people and said, yo, let's make this like a chill spot. Man, yo, I went to that thing. Maybe you find a good coffee spot that's local that has something like that. And y'all go there, get some good coffee, get that energy. Y'all go up there and do some karaoke together. Have fun. Stretch your mind. All right. Here's number 2. I add this one in there because I think this is more for the ladies than it is for the men. But I've come to learn that I actually like this myself, right? And I'm going to be real. I'm giving y'all different ideas that are stretching you, that are weird, but I believe every woman with the correct thought and intentionality behind it will love it. Number 2, up on the 20 date idea, fruit or flower picking. Find a beautiful, local farm area that's open to the public, and you can go out there and pick. You got to spend some money because they may weigh what you're coming out with, right? But it's like, wow, think about just walking around and you're just like, you're seeing all this fruit and all these beautiful roses or all these beautiful flowers. And it's a unique way to spend time together. Plus, you get to take them home with you, okay? It's a kind of date, really, that she will not forget. Because instead of you bringing flowers to her, you took her to the flower shop. And you said, babe, what do you want? Anything you want, I got. I got you. I got $20. It's yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, while y'all walking, while you're talking, I mean, can you just think of you can make it fun. I've done it a couple of times, and I'm not going to lie. Like, I actually do like it because I actually get kind of unique with it. I don't tell her where we're going. I tell her, hey, put on some tennis shoes that you don't mind getting dirty. No, we're not going on a hike. We're going to talk about that later. But we are going somewhere that, it is going to require us to walk in maybe like some dirt or something like that. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to love it. And just pull up. What are we doing? Well, we're about to go pick some flowers. I want to give you some flowers today, but I want you to choose them for the first time. And man, just go out there and just, let her, I want that one. Okay, cool. You pick it out. You cut the thorns off, trim the bottom, and you just pick them all up. And let her pick out all the flowers and let her pick out some fruit. And watch this, eat the fruit while you're walking around. Just remember, you gotta pay for the fruit. Okay? I don't want to get you in no trouble. And, and when you get home, don't let her touch the flowers. You wrap it up. And when you get home or when she gets home and you dropping her off, give her the flowers like you're just now meeting her for the first time. It's sweet. Some may say it's corny, but to me it's unique. It's different. And it's an experience that she will not forget. That you actually put thought and effort into something as simple as that and making her smile. And make sure you know her color so that way you can find flowers around her color. I put together, right, a list of 31 date ideas for every single budget, right? Check the description and check the show notes because I put a whole list of like 31 items in this list. And I'm telling you right now, you will absolutely love it. Yo, what's going on, fam? Welcome back to the table. It's your boy, Anthony O'Neill. And man, today we are having a good time. We're talking about here are 10 date ideas for every single budget. But before we get back to today's show, I want to start off something this year that I'm doing. And I'm starting a book of the month. When it comes to dating, I think one of the most critical things we should be doing and looking for in dating is Does the man that you're dating, does the woman that we're dating, do they care about their mind? Are they trying to grow? Are they trying to mature? Or are they constantly stretching themselves and educating themselves? Are they all about, watching TV and watching reality shows? Or are they about consuming podcasts, consuming materials and books that will help them grow? And so every single month, I am going to be revealing a book of the month that I want you all to read. And I'm partnering with Short Form, who is going to help us accomplish this vision, because I know all of us have a busy schedule. And so today's book is the book that I talked about last year. I gave it to you. I said, hey, you should read this before the end of the year, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all didn't. So this month, all right, for the month of February going into March, okay, I want you to get this book before the end of this month. I want you to read it throughout the month of March. It's Be Who You Want, Unlocking the Science of Personality Change. And what I love about this book is it literally helps you lock in your mindset to really learn more about you. How do you really unlock everything that's on the inside of you and be secure in who you are? Now, this book is thick, and that's why I partner with Short Form, because Short Form, I'm gonna drop the information in the show description below. They've read this whole book, and they have two great things that I love, right? The first thing is, number one, is they're going to give you a long extended version of this whole book to where, yeah, you're not going to read all of it, but they will really break this whole book down by chapter, by themes, by everything. And I say long extended version. But what I tend to do is I get the short version. I read that first. I consume that first. I highlight things that I love. And while I'm either reading the book or listening to the book, I've already got the whole download of where the book is going. And let's just say, you know what? Hey, Anthony, I want to read this book, but I don't know if I want to sit here and pay $20 to get this book right now. Well, you can go over to Short Form and get a huge discount when you join them, because you're a part of my family and you can read that. Instead of you reading the whole book, listen. I'm totally cool with you going to Short Form and just getting their long extended version. It's probably about like 10 pages. You read that, you highlight it. They literally give you every single thing that is important from this book. And it's a monthly subscription. And so you can get this book, you can go back to the other books that I recommended, and you can get all those books on Short Form, and you can read pretty much all those long extended versions within this month. But listen, this year is all about maximizing your single season. It's about maximizing every opportunity you have. We are paying off debt. We are building wealth. We are being single and really maximizing our time. We are going to hit the vision that we have for this year. And one of the crucial steps, one of the crucial keys to hitting our vision is reading. It's reading. It's growing our mind. It is consuming things that will help us grow, that will help us evolve. And it was so funny. And what I'm about to say, I may offend some people, but I mean this out of love, because this was told to me. When it comes to Black people, they said, hey, if you want to hide something from Black people, put it in the book. If you want Black people to miss something, put it in the book. If you want Black people to hear something, put it in music, put it on TV. But if you want to hide how to build wealth, if you want to hide how to eliminate debt, if you want to hide how to grow and start a business, if you want to hide how to really be successful, put it in a book. When I really understood what they were saying, I said, the hell with that. I started reading more books. And that's why I partner with Short Form. They are the best company out there, because I'll be real with you, with my schedule, I don't have the time frame to go and to read every single book and to read every single page. But I need the information. You ain't about to hide no information from me anymore. Nah. Nope. My goal is to read 24 books this year. Short Form is going to help me read all 24 of them, because if I can't read every single page, I am for sure reading every single brief description. It's almost like it's like a report on here is everything you know in the book. The author talks about this, the author does that, it does this, and they are super affordable, and they give you an extended discount when it comes to joining, because you're just a part of the AO tribe, the table family. So check out the notes in the show description, and I promise you, you will love this. And also, do not forget that as we are going on these date things, do not break your savings account. All right? Do not break your savings account. As you're going on these date ideas that I'm giving you today, and we're about to jump back into it, do not pull from your emergency fund. And if you are still building your emergency fund, I want you to consider parking all of your emergency funds at Prize Pool. Prize Pool, and I'm gonna drop the information below as well. Prize Pool is where I park mine. Why? Because they give me 0.30% interest rate. They are FDIC insured, so my money's in a safe place. And check this out, for every dollar that you put in your savings account, they're gonna give you a ticket. And every ticket that you have, say for an example, you have $1,000 in your savings account, they're gonna give you 1,000 tickets. And at the end of every single month, they're doing a huge draw of $25,000, $10,000, $15,000, $500. They're giving out so much money throughout the month, and you could possibly win just for having your money parked in that account. But off the top, you're getting 0.30%, which is much higher than the average bank in America right now. So I want you to check out Prize Pool and check out my family short form, because this year I'm making sure not only am I giving you and teaching you good content, but I'm also introducing you to other people that will help you reach your goal. You're gonna save your money well with Prize Pool, and you're gonna grow your number one asset, which is your mind, with short form, because every single month we're gonna be reading a book. And not just reading, we're gonna be saving money while we are dating. I got a question for you. So why is it that we rush to be married? Because everyone's talking about, hey, go get you a man, go get you a woman, chase the ring, but you ain't chased your own life. You know, here's the funny thing. You know, as I'm traveling around the world and I'm on TV, from Tamron Hall to Fox and Friends to the Rachel Ray shows, one of the most common questions I have been asked is, Anthony, how did you build your success? And it's simple. I didn't focus on getting into a relationship. I maximized my single season. And that is why I created this course. We're gonna walk through 8 pillars on how to maximize your single season and really tap into that potential that's on the inside of you that you really haven't brought out. There's some assignments, there's some constructive thinking that you're gonna have to really put into place so that way you can start building your life. Because when we have ownership, we have freedom. When we have freedom, it creates different opportunities. When we have opportunities, there's so much you can do with your future family. But it starts right now. You own your mind. You own your thoughts. God has given you something. Go do it. So let's get back to it, man. I got some 50 date ideas, some $50 date ideas. If you have a bigger budget when it comes to dating, I got something for you. Here's one that I actually really do enjoy. And I'm gonna be real with you, because I think this is all about keeping it real, relevant, and relatable, right? I like actually taking a dance class with her. Yeah. Find somewhere to where you can actually go and they do dance classes together. Hip hop dance class, choreography dance class, what they call that little cha-cha-cha dance, you know what I'm saying? Or you go in and you hold each other and you be turning her around, you know? It's fun, it's unique, it's different, okay? I think that one here, it's called salsa. Yes, right, salsa, or hip hop. Yeah, for me, it would probably be salsa and or hip hop classes. I'll probably do like both of them. Let's do one this weekend and the next one, I want to see what them feet can do. You know, can you move quickly? You know what I'm saying? But I think I went to one in Jacksonville with my ex-fiance, and man, I think it was like $35 for 2 people, like literally. And it was a hour-long class. It was in there with other people. And it was so cool because when I signed up off of Groupon, I ain't gonna lie, they told us what to wear, what to bring, what not to wear. And I mean, yo, it was a blast. It was so good that my fiance at the time, she actually went back several times because she went back and she really loved like the pole dancing course because it was good for working out. And then me and her would go back like once a month, just do some more salsa stuff. We didn't really do the hip hop stuff because she didn't really, she really wasn't comfortable doing that little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then me, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I would be able to focus because I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So, but taking a good dance class is a great idea. Okay. Here's number 2 up underneath the $50 date ideas. See a minor league team or a good comedy show. Okay. Try to score some low price tickets with good seats. Because if you honestly get into them early on, you can get some good prices on some very good seats, especially if like the team is not the best, but maybe they're playing the best team, one of the best teams that's coming to that particular city. I'm not really big on baseball, but if she is or if he is, that's a great thing to do. I'm a basketball and football guy. And so what I would do, honestly, is if I dated someone that was really big into sports, I would honestly look at when I was like in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I remember Fayetteville State University used to play, like some other colleges. They'll play some real nice colleges. I'll grab those tickets and go out there and support them. I'll grab the if it was homecoming, right? I would grab the step show tickets, right? It's like $25 for one if it was a college thing. And then sometimes if I was dating a young lady from the school, we would get her discount and I would pay to upgrade us to VIP. It's less than $50. And we're out there seeing, these amazing Greeks out there stepping and dancing and the energy was great in the room. And at most step shows, they have a concert. So, you have a celebrity come out there and do a concert. So really try to get creative when it comes to, minor leagues, comedy shows, or a step show in your local community. There's nothing wrong going with a high school step show. They're still doing those in these days and times. And I really love seeing local people do local comedy. Like I love supporting people who are trying to come up. So there's a local comedy show. Because for one, I'm getting laughter. It's a fun date because we're laughing. And then 2, I'm putting money back into my local community to help one of my local citizens rise and get to the top. So find different ways of how you can support local stuff that is still creative and good there. Here's number 3 up on these $50 dates, right? Which is a good one. I honestly do this by myself. Take a local history or brewer tour. Okay. History or brewer tours are a great way to sample local products and bond over discovering something new about your city. Now, here's the thing. Do not drink too much because you got to drive home. You know what I'm saying? Don't try everything because you're going to be like driving home and you're tipsy. We don't promote drinking while driving or drinking and driving. All right. And make sure your date drinks too. So one of the things, I'll be honest with you, I messed up because I took a young lady to a brewer tour and she doesn't drink at all. And I was like, oh, probably should have asked you that before we came here. She was like, yeah, but it's cool. I mean, you could do the tasting, but it's cool. And I felt so bad because I sure enough did. I went up in there and I was tasting like crazy. And she's just sitting there looking at me and she didn't really like the smell of the bourbon and of the wine and stuff. And so, of course, I'm gonna be honest with you, we didn't go out again. And so I highly recommend doing that because I did that again with another young lady and we had a blast. It was amazing. And so the key thing there is just test it out. Make sure that you have the capabilities of one, making sure you don't drink much, and then 2, making sure your date drinks. All right. So now here's the big one. All right. Here's the big one. Everyone's been waiting for me to get to like the real money, I'll say. What do $100 dates look like? What do I suggest when it comes to $100 dates? Well, here's the very first thing. I don't suggest spending this much money on the first date unless you can extremely afford it, right? If you're drowning in debt, if you have crazy car notes, credit card debts, and you're on a debt-free journey right now, you don't need to be spending $100 on debt, okay? Once you're in an exclusive relationship or you've been with the person for a while, Here are some pretty dope $100 dates. All right. But I'm going to say this again. This is not about me being frugal. This is not about me being cheap. This is not about me not wanting you to date. This is about me making sure that I set you up to win financially. This is me making sure that you're stewarding your single season correctly. Okay? This is me making sure that I set you up to where you can say yes to your spouse in the future. And you don't have to say no to them because you said yes to everyone else. So as long as you're in a solid place financially, yo, here's the very first one. A very good one too. Do a tasting at a local winery. Set up a nice private tour to do a local tasting at a very nice winery. This is a good opportunity to explore wine and wine culture together. Because I think a lot of people think it's just about wine. No, there's culture that comes with the wine. And man, I've learned so much since I have been really growing in this whole wine stuff. Man, I've learned so much behind the culture and why it was made during this particular year and why it's set this particular long and why it has these particular ingredients in there. I'm like, wow, this is good. Now, again, just like I said the last time, don't drink too much because you still got to drive home. And also make sure your date drinks as well. But I think for me, watch this. It's not just about the money now. It's about what kind of experience can you put on top of spending the money? How do you make it unique? How do you make this something that when she goes home, when you go home, both of y'all was like, man, that was a really good night. It wasn't a lustful night. It was a, wow, we learned something. We laughed. We flirted. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time. But everything was there. That's a great date, especially $400. Now here's number two that some of y'all been waiting for. What about dinner, Anthony? Like, what about, well, here's number two, progressive dinner. This is when you visit multiple restaurants and eat a different course at each restaurant. So you go to one restaurant, you get an appetizer spot, and then you can do entrees at another particular restaurant. Then you leave that restaurant and you go to a restaurant that serves amazing dessert. You know, it's a fun way to go out and to have a good long night, but you went three different places. You go to this restaurant because, you know, their appetizers are just amazing. And then you go to this restaurant because, you know, that core dish, that good entree is going to be fire. That fish and that salmon or that steak is going to be delicious. And then you go to another spot that just specializes in dessert. It makes you to not get comfortable in one place and get bored. It's like, all right, we got to eat here. We got another reservation over here. And we got another reservation over there. And we're going to be good. And we'll be talking in between. It forces you all to still keep the communication going and really see each other's personality because now you're going to three different areas. I love doing that. Some people say that's too much work. But I actually do love it. Especially, yo, I'm going to tell you what's even dope is if you do like an Uber. Instead of you driving, Uber to those spots. So at each spot, you can drink a little bit, and each one of y'all can get home safe. Not each one of you, but both of you can get home safe, all right? And here's another one that is actually fun, and I do this often. Take a day trip out of town. So it's like, all right, babe, I'm gonna pick you up at 9 a.m. We're going to catch a train, maybe down to, I don't know, like I'm in the DMV area. I can catch a train to New York, take about 3.5, 4 hours to get there on a train. And we just spend all day in New York. We eat over there. Man, we walk around downtown New York or on the Strip of New York. We, you know, tour some spots in New York. And then right towards the nighttime, we may have our last little dinner. Then we jump on the train and we come back home. It's a unique situation, and I love it. Because again, if we got a 3-hour train drive, man, how do we maybe bring like some, something that we can both, like a little card game that we can play on the train? How do we maybe bring some music we can listen to and see what each other like on the music? To me, it's about creating the environment where we can really get to know each other when it comes to dating, all right? That's the important part for me. Now, of course, when you're more seasoned in the game, when you're more evolved in the relationship, when you are 3-4 months down and y'all are in a committed relationship, Yeah, man. Doing your, if y'all do out of town trips and overnight trips and out of the country trips and you buying her real nice things just to surprise and love her, I'm cool with that as long as it's within your means and you're not stretching your budget and you are still building a solid foundation for yourself. But in the beginning, how do we get creative like these things? All right. So here are some things that you want to avoid when it comes to dating, right? Not all dates are good ideas. Now, I am not the relationship expert, but I can tell you this much. I know there are some dates you don't want to do. On the first date, we're not going hiking. I don't want to see her sweaty. I don't want to smell her funky. You don't want to see him sweaty, and you don't want to smell him funky. All right. Hiking is good when you're in a committed relationship, or when y'all say, you know what, y'all both want to work out. But your first few dates should not be let's go get sweaty. No, 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 no. Okay. No, 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 no. And I'm gonna keep it real here too, because this number two could be sweaty in another kind of way. Netflix and chill is getting kind of old. Because let's be grown here. We'll keep it real here, right? We know what Netflix and chill leads to. And we don't need to be doing that, y'all. We need to be really learning each other, growing with each other, or seeing, is this even someone I want to be that close with? Okay? Netflix and chill is getting old, okay? Save the physical side of the relationship for after you really gotten to know each other in marriage. I know, trust me, I get it. Some of y'all gonna cuss me out in the comments. I get it. But I'm telling you right now, Netflix and chill is old. All right. Here's another one to watch out for when it comes to dates. Places that are too secluded. In your first few dates, man, stay public. You don't know them. There's no way in the world I'm allowing my daughter to go out there in the middle of nowhere with some guy. Ain't no way in the world. No. Listen here, queens. And listen here, kings. Because some of these ladies out here wilding out too. Like some of these ladies out here setting men up to rob them, to do, like, and ladies, y'all don't know. On both sides. Yo, keep it public. Keep it public, especially if this is y'all's first or second date. Keep it public, all right? Here's the very first one that's interesting. Now, some of y'all may disagree with me on this one. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments. Don't go to the movies on your first date. You can't talk. What, you gonna be talking over the movie? You gonna be screaming, yo, how you liking the movie? So, what's your favorite color? No. I'm not saying a movie date is a bad idea, but it's not a good idea on the first date. That's a red flag. No. No. No, no, no. All right. Here's number 5. Nightclubs. First date. Nope. Nope. Nightclubs. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No, no. No, no, no. Don't do it. Do not do it. Because for me, I think on a first date, again, it's all about time. It's all about learning each other. I'm not saying nightclubs is not a good date because, I mean, hey, if you want to dance, if you want to have a good time, cool, great. I have no problem with that. But on the first couple of days, no, it needs to be places where you all can learn each other's personality and character. Now, let's just say while y'all are dating, you see him at the nightclub, he sees you at a nightclub, cool. But when it comes to the being intentional, we should not be intentionally planning how to go to the club on our first date. No. Okay? And here's the last one. To go out with no plan. Fellas, ladies, don't wait until the day of the date to figure out what you want to do together. Okay? Have a plan. Okay? Have a plan. Hear me clearly. Have a plan. Brothers, pull out your phone, and the next time she is on and she's talking about, I like this, I'm gonna do that, write it down on your notepad. I pull this thing out all the time when I'm on the phone. I'm like, all right, she said this, she likes that. And listen, even write down, she likes Louis Vuitton purse, she likes Chanel purse. Notate all this stuff. So as you all are growing and as you all are evolving, you can go back to your notepad and you don't have to ask her. What you're showing her is that I'm listening to everything that you're saying. Now, I may not be able to do this today, I may not be able to do that today, but I'm listening because tomorrow I may be able to do that. Tomorrow, I may feel more comfortable to do that. And ladies, you should be doing the same thing for your man. This is not just the man listening to you. You should be listening to your man. So when he does take you out on a date, you know what he kind of likes to see on you. You know he likes seeing your hair long. You know, and remember, he loves this scent from your lotion, or from, he loves this particular lip gloss, or he loves this particular color. He loves, like, both of you all should be intentionally listening to each other. And it shouldn't be focused on money. It should be focused on, how do we grow? How do we say, you know what, is this for us or is this not for us? I want to make sure that as we are on this season of being single, that we're maximizing the single season. I hope that all of you watching have signed up to join the wait list for the launch of my course, The Singles Blueprint, 8 Pillars to Maximizing Your Single Season, because this course is going to shift your mindset. This course is something that it's not about, hey, here's how we get the bag. No, it's not about, hey, here's how we pay off debt. No, it's about, how do we lay down a foundation that we can build on top of that will build us wealth? How do we lay a foundation that we can build on top of with our spouses that can impact our kids? There are 8 pillars when it comes to maximizing our single season. How do you build success? How do you get that network of relationships that you desire, and these relationships that will help you get you into doors that you could not get yourself into? I'm not going to teach you how to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm not going to teach you how to get $1 million. Yet, I'm going to teach you. Here are the 8 pillars that you need to be focusing on now. So when God does give you that $1 million, here's how you can flip it. Here's the foundation to build now. So that way, when the tough times do come, when you're paying off your debt and your debt-free journey, you're not going to give up because you have the 8 pillars. So I'm going to leave you with today's scripture. Psalms 111, verse 2. How amazing are the deeds of the Lord. All who delight in him should ponder them. Here's today's affirmation. Every day, I am better than the day before. Every single day I wake up, I am better than the day before. You know why? Because I woke up. You know why? Because God gave me another chance. You know why? Because I'm reading a book through short form. You know why? Because I'm saving money through, I'm putting my money into Prize Pool. You know why? Because I signed up for the Singles Blueprint, the 8 pillars to maximizing your single season. You know why? God gave me another chance to do life again. And I am better today than I was yesterday. Type it in the comments. Say it out loud 5 times. Every day, I am better than the day before. Every single day, I am better than the day before. Every day, I am better than the day before. Today, I am better than I was yesterday. Today, I am better than I was yesterday. Tomorrow, I will be better than I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony O'Neill. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and I'm gonna see you on the next show. Peace.